Hey guys, my name is Ronald. I'm from 360 Creators, and in this video I'm going to show you a live demo of 360 Crafter, the beta version. It is not out there yet. It is coming very soon. um, and I just wanted to show you where it stands right now. So in this video I'm going to use a jewelry store. This is the project that I'm going to be rebuilding. And as you can see, there are some, we get in here, we have this panorama over here, then we go to the right side of the doors. And then this way we walk all the way around the store like that, and then we come back here. And that's kind of the setup of this tour. Um, then we want to have something added to the skin where we can have a menu with all the panoramas listed automatically, dynamically from the panorama list. I'm going to show you that later on. And that you can click on those items to navigate there as well. And if there's still some time left over, then I would also like to show you how to add some pop-up so that we can click on all of those items as well and show relevant information, pulling the data from the CMS. So that's that that's about it. So yeah, let's get going. So I'm going to create a new project, call this jewelry store. I'm not entirely sure jewelry if that's correct. um yeah, right now I set it in this way where you have modules like this where you can just check them on and off so that you don't need to be overwhelmed with things that you don't want to be using. So if you don't like variables, you can just turn it off. If you don't want to do AD accessibility stuff, you can just check that off. You don't need analytics, you keep that off. It's fine. I'm definitely going to use variables, so I'm going to keep it like this. Create the project. So I select all of those panoramas over here and I just open them and it starts importing in everything. And I'm really hoping myself now that I can drag and drop this one already in there. Okay, yeah. Not yet. Oh yeah, we can. Nice, nice. I'm surprised sometimes by my own stuff. All right, loading in target panorama, going back. So now I start to create the navigation. I hold command to click and then I go there. And then I go there. I go this one. I'm just gonna wait a little bit till this is completed and get back to you. All right, 2 minutes later and it's done. So let's continue creating the navigation. I'm gonna go drag and drop this one over there, slide to, and the return is over here somewhere. I can always correct things later if needed. Command click. Yeah, so the return hotspot is right there as well. Continuing. And I can change the view over here so that we have a better overview of what we have. Slide two, slide two. And at the end, I'm just going to return back to the entrance, which is right there. Slide to, and we'll go back there. Now, you might be thinking, oh, but you forgot to design the hotspots. Well, that's the good part here. That doesn't matter so much because when you use the slide or you drag and drop a panorama, it automatically creates a preset called navigation. And we can just click on this preset, like that. Let's select this one, click on the preset. And now we start adding in an icon. So you can say, oh, I want this one. We want this to be a circle. We want this hotspot to be 100 pixels, maybe something like that. And now when we look around, you see that all the other hotspots also now have this updated look. So they're not all just black squares, but now they're black circles. So you can just design this as you see fit with like changing the preset here. Before I call the tokens, now I think presets is a better name. That makes more sense. All right, so yeah, I just crashed, a little embarrassing. But these things happen during beta. And let's see. So we still got everything, so there's nothing lost actually. That's a great thing here. We did actually not really need to save everything. Every time you work on this, it already saves the data to your computer. So the next time you just start up the software again, it just loads where you left off. So you don't really have something to worry about. You can create snapshots so that you can go back in time at certain versions, and you can create backups of media so that all your panoramas and content is transferable over different places, such as to your client or whoever you want to share it with. Now we have created a navigation, so we can just preview this now and click. Now, so yeah, this all works. We can just go back and forth. So that's great. Yeah, you can see that when you go back, it goes faster. When it tries to load in something new, it goes a bit slow. There's certain technicalities that I'm figuring out. The loading time is pretty fast when this is published in tiles. Right now, it's not in tiles. Details. So I've got this now to work. Now let's go to the next part, and that is creating this menu over here. So instead of, oh, first of all, let's go to the skin. You see this little white box that is just to make sure that you understand, hey, I'm working elsewhere than on the hotspot editor. I create a box. It's just purely cosmetic. And creating this box, I put it somewhere here. Now with the color, I already created the craft space variable because of the client. And I already have certain types of colors, so I already added that. I can just take that color, the primary one over here. Now, what I do is, I mean, I could do something where I say, okay, I have this text and I copy paste this 10 times or however many times. And then I say, okay, over here, the box, flex, and put these below each other, add some gap to it, and then make a list like this. I could do that. But then when you decide to make an extra panorama, then you need to manually add this again back to the list. So what I like to do is I like to do this dynamically. So instead of having all these texts over here, I'm putting in a CMS list, and I connect this list to the panoramas. So right away we get this in the grid, and I put this to 1 so that this is just one column. And what I do now is inside this list, I put in an item that I want to bind the data from that list with. So beginning, I know it's a bit complicated, but just watch me do this. So put in a text inside the CMS list. And what we do now is we can go down, and at the text settings, I can say hello there, but then everything's the same. And instead of this, I want to bind this. So I go over here and I say the name of the panorama is what I want to have in here. Yeah. Now, in the CMS list, I'm going to remove that big gap because it's too big. More like 0. And now I have this whole list of items. Now this box is getting, like the text is getting outside the box. The way to fix that is just to change the size over here and say, okay, auto, but not as in, let's say this one should maybe be 300 pixels, but this one should be auto. Okay, there's little things. And now you see that this just dynamically pulls. So if I start to add or remove things to this list. Like if I remove things, then this whole box shrinks as well. And that's the nice thing about dynamic data and auto sizing. So you don't need to worry about that things get outside boxes and stuff. Now, the thing is, with this list, when we go down back to the tour, we can see that there's a diamond section and there's chain and necklace. So there are certain panoramas that should be in the sublist. Now, the way to do that is going back to the list over here in the CMS in the panoramas instead of hotspots. And then here we have like a list of all those panoramas that are uploaded. And here we can say, well, let's do menu item. Here I say single select, and then there's diamond section. So I'm putting in a option diamond section, and the other one is chain and necklace. All right, add field. I'm just going to guess a little bit which one's supposed to be there. I think it's this one. Copy, paste, paste. And I think it's those over here, chain and necklace. This should probably be this one. And I can just paste, and now I have this set. Now, when I go back to the skin, nothing has actually changed so far. Yeah, but what we now want to do is with this list, this is something that I would say this is the main items list. This is just the main item text. Okay. And now in this main items list, I want to take out everything that has some sub item. So I go to the filters over here. I can add a filter, and I can say where menu item is empty. Okay. So now we have everything that is not attached to a submenu, like a menu item. Can also do it the other way around, but that doesn't make sense now. So say is empty. So now we have a list of all those things that are like the main items. And now what we do is we add in another text in this box. No, wait, it's not in the box yet. Yeah, okay. So now the text is in the box. And I'm going to call this diamond section. I'm going to make this white. And I'm going to make sure that in the box that everything is to the top left. And what I do now is I'm making like a second list. So I might just copy paste this list and put this below. Oh, yeah. And now what I would do is change this menu item, not to is empty, but equals, and then diamond section. Okay, so now I'm filtering based on the diamond section thing. Now I copy paste this again. Yeah, there's still some copy pasting. I know I don't like myself saying that. I like to think of ways to like not having to do the copy pasting, but one step at a time. I always keep telling myself here. Diamond section, this should be chain and necklace. So I copy this as well, and then I go over here and I say with this list over here where value is chain and necklace. All right, great. Now what I need to do is add some action to this. So I say add action, show hide skin, and inside this box I say I need to rename a few things here. Main items list, this one should be a toggle. And over here as well, show hide skin, and that should also be a toggle. Okay, I'm just gonna hide those. Click here. So this works, that's great. I hide the wrong thing. Should be this one, yeah. So diamond section, chain necklace, you can open them both. So that works, that's great. But now when we click on these items, nothing happens yet. So you want to add navigation to them. Now, the great thing here is that how Crafter is made is that when we add an action, you say on this single text item that is inside the CMS list, we say navigate to, on click to current CMS item instead of a static panorama, because then all these things will go to the same thing. But we want it dynamically. And then I say transition a fade, and that's it. So let's try this out. So I'll go click here. All right, click here. And so now the navigation is set, and this works dynamically. So the moment I add in another panorama that I import, then it will automatically attach itself to the main list over here, add itself the action to open that panorama. All that stuff just works. So, and that's what I love about 360 Crafter. Like, that's just so good about it. And if you add it, like the text to it, whereas chain and necklace, it just automatically moves it from the main list into the chain and necklace. So yeah, that's pretty awesome all. Now, what we might want to do is we might want to add some hotspots where you can click on the objects, the necklaces, right? So, oh, before we do that, let's just remove the numbers so that they're actually nice names to look at, and add a logo, and make sure that this looks like a little bit better with the edges and all that. Before we get into the hotspots, I'm just super eager for moving all these things around. Let's see, we add some margin, 20 pixels. We add an image over here. We call this logo. Call this left side menu. Call this sub diamond section. And call this sub chain necklace. Okay. And this image over here, I'm just going to browse one. Got this one over here. There we go. I set the size to auto. Okay, great. Got this. Let's make sure it's a little bit more from the edge. So you can add margin on the buttons or padding inside. I think I'm just going to go for padding. Let's make that 20 pixels as well. Maybe a little less, maybe 10 pixels. Yeah. Okay. Let's make sure there is a little bit of rounding to it. I think it's 5 pixels. You don't really see it now, but if we preview this, you can see now we have this little thing on the edges. That's great. Yeah, the items themselves are a little bit more light. So let's see if we can do something about that. Okay, so the size over here, we say the width is 100%. Let's add a background color first based on this one, and now I can just move it a bit around, make it a bit more light. Okay. Yeah, so this is stuff that I still need to work on a little bit more to take out those bugs. And I also noticed that margin on the right side still needs a bit of more attention. Okay, so I'm gonna leave right now this background color for now, and just leave this where this is right now. Right, well, we've got the navigation, we've got the skin over here. We can go through the whole thing, navigating like this. Yeah, we can navigate through the hotspots. And later in another video, I'm going to show you how to add like the product information, pop-ups, and how to deal with those, add callouts to them, so that the hotspot is not in the way of the product itself. And yeah, I hope you like it. But before I'm gonna end this video, I want to show you the publish things. We can click publish. We can yeah, publish it right away to the domain, but you can also just export it. So I'll just export for now. And we save the package. And then over here, we can just open it up and we can just see what's going on here. All the panoramas and scripts and the index, and we can just put this on our own server. So yeah, hope you liked the video. And yeah, see you in the next video.